United welcomed the start of the 2007-2008 season with a home game against Aberdeen at Tannadice. United featured 3 of the new signings brought into Tannadice in the summer. Gregor Shamatulski started in goal, while Darren Dodds partnered Gary Kenneth at centre half. Willow Flood was also given a start playing on the right side of a midfield 5. Only one of Aberdeen's new signings featured, Jackie McNamara, playing on the right side, while Lee Mayer and Jeffrey DeVischer featured on the bench. United struggled in recent seasons to win the first game of the season. The last time they did so was 1999 with a home win against Dundee. Aberdeen have also struggled in recent seasons in the first game of the season, 5 years since they've won their first match, and while Jimmy Calderwood's been at Pittodrie, 3 draws in the opening games of the season. The match referee for this one, Mike Tumulty. The brand new season of SPL football, the sun's out at Tannadice as United look to get a cracking start. Instant 3 points at home to Aberdeen. Last time the sides met was at Pittodrie in April. By this stage of the game we'd had 5 goals. United back 3-2 in front in that one. Been a lot tighter today, as you'd expect. The opening day of the season, neither side wanting to give anything away cheaply. Both very much aware that 3 points here could give them a real springboard to a decent start in the league. Robson bundled off of that one. Foster clears long. Another episode of Lee Miller falling to the ground very easily. He was all over Sean Dillon as that was played forward, trying to get beyond him. Hunt's pulled wide right. Considine's clearance came back off of the Aberdeen defender before it went out. United get the throw. Flood steps aside the challenge. Calls in a great ball. Suter gets the punch in. Gomez wins a loose ball. Now Robson. Christian Calvinas. Deep cross. Hunt gets the header in. David Robertson trying to latch onto it. Barry Nicholson had tracked the run. Stabbed it behind. Almost a chance for David Robertson to score United's first goal of the season. Miller using his body to make life difficult for Calvinas. The fullback's header drops for Jamie Smith. Smith runs right through the heart of the United midfield. Eventually it's nicked away from him. Here's Robertson. Conway looks up, crosses in. It's towards Robertson again. Terrific save from Derek Suter to deny David Robertson. Disappointment etched all over the face of the young United midfielder. He thought he found the top corner with that glancing header. Good cross by Craig Conway. Again, David Robertson timing the run into the box superbly, but denied by the outstretched left hand of Derek Suter. This time it's Craig Conway. It's deep towards Kenneth. Breaks for Dodds. Hacked off the line by Jackie McNamara. And Willow Flood lost his balance there. What action will Mike Tumulty take? Jamie Smith was looking to burst through. And it's a yellow card for Willow Flood. Robson looking for Flood. Willow Flood. Nicholson. Well, there's an early stamp of authority by the referee, and that is going to be a red card for Willow Flood. Second booking for Flood. He's off. Well, there's one way to make sure that you get your name in the reports, and that is by being very, very harsh on a player who slipped when making a challenge to get his first yellow card, then went down. I can't say from here whether there was contact or not, but one thing to bear in mind for the referee is that just because a player goes down, it doesn't mean to say that it has to be either a free kick or a dive. There is a possibility it can be somewhere in between. There may be contact, but that's an inauspicious start to Willow Flood's Tannadice career. Sent off after 42 minutes. Likely to be even less support for Noel Hunt. Instantly, he might need to hold the ball up well and wait for support. Miller touches that aside. Clark looking to get onto it. It goes to ground very easily. Well, that's one of those that, as I was saying, after Flood's second yellow card, just because a player goes to ground doesn't necessarily mean there's a foul or it's a dive. And under those circumstances, by Mike Tumulty's benchmark of the first half, that surely should have been a yellow card for Chris Clark had it not been a penalty. Calvinus, good ball for Hunt, who used his body to shield Scott Severin away from it. Hunt gets into the area, looking for some support. Dillon's made the run forward. Sean Dillon with a shot! Irish fullback still looking for his first goal in the Tangerine shirt. Strode onto that one with a purpose. And receives a layoff from Noel Hunt, but Dillon's shot rising all the time. Cross from Michael Hart. Beyond Kenneth. Drops for Lovell. Now back for McNamara. They've been trying to pick their way through. Cross from Hart. Header from Barry Nicholson. Terrific save from Gregor Shamatulski. Impressed on his debut against Barcelona in the friendly. Nicholson looked to have beaten him, touched it onto the woodwork, and keeps the scoreline level at 0-0. And Dean trying to find a way through is McNamara. Lovell. The layoff wasn't the best, but gifted straight back to the white shirts of Aberdeen by Christian Calvinus. Hart. McNamara. The header from Lee Miller's flag was up in any case, and despite that, Gregor Shamatulski stood up to the chance by Miller, and then the follow-up by Lovell well. And the offside flag may just give United the chance to get some air back in the lungs. Robson spots Calvinus in space. Calvin is caught late by Lee Miller. It may be early in the new season, but Mike Tumulty with a challenging afternoon. And that's a last warning to Lee Miller. Again, United with a free kick. Calvin is this time will deliver the ball from the left. It's a poor one though. Behind everyone, comes through to Dillon. Blocked by Hart. Well, Lovell went in tough there. Took Sean Dillon out of it. Question as to whether he may have won the ball first. Had a few crosses this afternoon, United. Not quite found their own man with one yet. Can Robson do so this time? There's Dodds. Penalised for a pull on Lee Miller. Misconnection on that from Calvinus. Michael Hart with a chance to attack. Comes round Calvinus again, gets a cross in towards Miller. Gary Kenneth stood up strong. Very composed defending. Just chested it back to his goalkeeper. Here's Gomez latching onto the second ball. Robson. United with 4 up in this attack. Barry Robson into the area. Looking to get round Scott Severin. Severin stuck with him tenaciously. at the expense of a corner. You just hope that United can create something from one of these crossing opportunities. A little over 20 minutes remaining. Got a man down. Come through a sticky spell at the start of the second half. Robson's corner played in, and Miller got the touch in front of Dodds. Gary Kenneth shepherds it out for the throw-in. No Hunt with a long throw. It's deep in the Aberdeen box. A little bit of panic in there. Lovell hooks it away. Back out to Hunt. Dillon's cross. Miller and McNamara both going for it. United get it back. It's Gary Kenneth trying to switch it to the other side. Robertson's there. It's inside to Robson. Robson gets the byline. The right idea. Unfortunately, nobody else had read it. Come round to the back post. Still, it's United with possession. It's great stuff from United. A man down. They're looking like the team with the man advantage at the moment. Calvinus with a deep cross. Dodds heads it back inside. Aberdeen maybe with a chance to break. Clark finds Hart. And McNamara across the left hand side in Considine. Again Foster's pulled wide to the left. Kenneth can make the clearance there. Considine's header falls for Robson. It's 2 against 1 if Barry Robson can get the shot in here. It's a strike, it's off the post. Heartbreak for United. United were 2 on 1 as Robson strode through. He could have used Noel Hunt. Instead he wanted to go himself. Got the shot away on the left foot and agonisingly inches away from giving United the lead. Calvin is forward to Robson. He's round Hart. Severin across with a good challenge to stop the progress of Barry Robson. David Robertson battling in there. Goes through the legs of Scott Severin. Severin again recovers with a challenge. That has to be a first in football, surely. Nutmegged by both player and ball. Scott Severin there. Nicholson finds Smith. Back to Barry Nicholson. Aberdeen fans on their feet, sensing this might be their chance. Smith into the area. Robertson back to help out Sean Dillon. And it's a poor delivery in the end by Smith. Gets it back. Now Nicholson. Dodds heads clear. Blaven wanted to take a touch. Wasn't given time to do so by Foster. There's Hart. Blocked again by the impenetrable figure of Darren Dodds. Had a cracking debut this afternoon. Calvinus does well to get it to Robson. Robson checked by Ricky Foster. That must be a booking. Very similar to the foul that earned Willow Flood the first of his 2 yellow cards. Robson would have made good progress had it not been for the challenge by Foster. And despite his protestations, it's a booking for the Aberdeen fullback who signed a new contract this week. Can United find the cross they've been looking for all afternoon? Calvinus with a free kick. There's Darren Dodds! Offside flag was up. It wouldn't have counted in any case had Dodds found the net. He may well be relieved to have seen that flag. Unchallenged in the 6-yard box with a chance to head at goal. Didn't get the connection he wanted. Sign that United won't want to see. Robson's just pulled up on the halfway line. There's a slip through for Steve Lovell. And again it's Dodds back with a saving challenge. Has to be a contender for man of the match this afternoon, Darren Dodds. United are going to have to make the change. Robson's going to have to be sacrificed. Talismanic figure. He's really led the rearguard action from United. A man down. You wouldn't have known it for most of the second half. And with 2 minutes to go, he gets a great reception from the United fans as he comes off to be replaced by Stuart Duff. Again, looks to start something from the back. Shamatulski was aiming for Boabin this time. Considine got there first. Severin forward to Miller. Smith hustled out of it by Boabin. Now Hunt. Duff trying to get into the area to support Hunt. Given the option of the cross. Comes back to Dillon. Square to Gomez. Now Boabin. Challenge comes in from Considine. It's a corner to United. Inside the final 30 seconds of regulation time. The roof will surely be lifted off Tannadice if United can get a winner this late on. 3 minutes to be added on. It's into the middle, headed away by Severin. Back with Robertson. Challenge between Duff and Nicholson, breaks for Hunt, squared. It's in there, David Robertson with a chance! What a goal! What a start to the season for United! It's David Robertson! Jubilation in the stands, jubilation amongst the United coaching staff. An injury time goal, he specialises in them, David Robertson. For the first time in 8 years, it's going to be maximum points for United. A mistake by the Aberdeen defence. United don't care. It's David Robertson in injury time. Surely give United the points. It's United 1, Aberdeen 0. The party spirit clearly not shown by the referee. Sticking to the rule book. Robertson left the field of play and gets the booking. Aberdeen fans congregating below us, shouting at Jimmy Calderwood. They're not happy with what they've seen this afternoon. And they can't believe that they failed to take anything from this game. United will use up all the time in the world to take this free kick. A minute of injury time remaining. The United fans goading their Aberdeen rivals. We've only got 10 men, comes the shout, but 10 men's been good enough this afternoon to defeat Aberdeen. That substitution made by Craig Levein to bring on Prince Boabin has really been the turning point. United were on the back foot, being heavily pressured by Aberdeen. Lee Miller picks up a booking. But having seen the start of the second half, Craig Levein elected to make the change. Brought on Boabin for Craig Conway. And there goes the final whistle. For the first time in 8 years, United start with maximum points. A home win sends the United supporters home delighted. 10 men for over half the game. And the goal coming so late. They'd seen Barry Robson hit the post after 72 minutes. But despite Willow Flood sending off 3 minutes short of half time, United dominated the most part of the second half. And the goal come in injury time. Who else that late in the game but David Robertson, latching onto the error in the Aberdeen defence, blasting it into the top corner from close range. What a springboard this may give for a good start to the season. United players and coaching staff delighted. The final score at Tannadice: Dundee United 1, Aberdeen 0. After the drama and controversy at Rugby Park on Monday night, United welcomed Hibernian to Tannadice for the third league game of the season. Craig Levine made 2 changes to the United side. In came the fit again Mark Kerr, and Willow Flood returned after suspension. The men making way, Prince Boivin and David Robertson, both dropping to the bench. Hibs on the back of 2 wins in the first 2 games made 3 changes to the side. Lewis Stevenson, Stephen Fletcher and Merwin Zamama, after 2 goals last week coming on as a substitute, came into the side. The men dropping out, Gattusi, Moraes and Benjaloon. Today's match referee was Mike McCurry. Zamama to Fletcher. Stevenson had made the run forward. It's given away by Murphy. Robson past Bouzoulan. Looking at a check back. Free kick awarded by Michael McCurry. Already seen the movement from the hip side going forward, Grant.
They look very good with the short 1-2 passes. They're certainly not looking to hit it high into Dodge and Wilkie. They're looking to pass it around them. Fortunately, there's been some couple of good blocks already by Dodge to cut out what would be good through balls. But they have to keep the wits about them because they are quite sharp.
Lee Wilkie with a late run into the box. Played in by Barry Robson. Looking to catch Makalambi at the near post. There's Amama. Straying from right to left, looking to get O'Brien in round the back of Sean Dillon.
Great tackle.
Great defending from Sean Dillon. Reacted first to the loose ball as well. I think he's going to struggle to keep pace with Alan O'Brien, but timing challenges like that may just get him through the afternoon. Robson out to Conway. Shoved off that one by Kevin McCann. Craig Conway does seem to be moving a bit freer now. Dodds and Wilkie both gone forward. Same towards Darren Dodds. Looking to knock it down for Hunt. Great work by Noel Hunt. Tenacious play from the Irishman. Needs to square it. It's headed out by Jones. Wilkie. Left foot shot. Easily gathered by Makalambi. Dodds strides forward. Takes out the run of Barry Robson. Robson checks back. Finds Conway. Calvin is behind Robson. Swings it in. Makalambi comes and claims it well. Looks immediately for Alan O'Brien to motor down the left wing, but Lee Wilkie's read the situation. Composed work again from Wilkie.
Good play.
There's Lewis Stevenson. O'Brien gets it back to the youngster. And first corner of the game goes Hibs' way. Zamama swings it in. Jones gets on it at the far post, but can't direct it goalward. Shamatolski makes a mess of that. He's presented it to Zamama.
Great save, good recovery.
He recovers his own error. Gregor Shamatolski, perhaps the first mistake we've seen him make in the United shirt. Does well to recover the situation. Zamama probably should have done better. Had all the time in the world to try and get round the goalkeeper or pick a spot beyond him. It's not been a great start for Kevin McCann up against him this afternoon. Just good news for United as Robson dispossesses Lewis Stevenson. Oh, shot touched round the post by Makalambi. The closest United have come. Robson swings in the corner. Jones gets a touch to it. Wilkie will shepherd that out. That's a quick throw in. Jones does enough to deal with it. There's Gomez. Robson still out on the right after taking the corner. Checks back inside. Brian Kerr unleashes the shot.
Lucky.
Kalambi watched it wide. Perhaps looked a bit more casual with that than he may have been inside. Eve McAlamby. And Kerr. Wilkie steps up. And Flood. Dillon going outside him. Dillon's cross. McAlamby dropped it. Christian Calvinus had tried to read the situation. As I say, Grant, hugely unlucky not to open the scoring there.
I think again that proved that the goalkeeper looks to be quite flashy. He wants to come off his line.
There's Kerr. A little nick from Fletcher. He got him past Wilkie. Sean Dillon slid in to make the challenge. That did enough to halt the progress of Stephen Fletcher. United going to make the substitution. Craig Conway's not going to be able to carry on. Half an hour gone. It's David Goodwillie who comes to replace him. McCann back on and wins that away from Goodwillie. Lee Wilkie, less of a challenge and more of a clearance through the back of Stephen Fletcher that time.
It's a physical contact sport. He was going for the ball. He took the man out. It's not the first time it's happened. It may well happen again, I would think.
Zamama with a strike straight into the middle of the United wall. Comes back in from McCann. Shamatolski looked casual as he watched that one over the bar.
That was a wee bit closer than I would have liked, I'll be perfectly honest. But he's obviously got a better view of it than I have, so.
I don't think any of us would argue with him anyway. Buzalan. Zamama. Fletcher and Kerr ahead of him. Looks for Stephen Fletcher. Again, it's the save from Shamatolski, and Shamatolski back up. A double save of true quality from the pole.
He is a good goalkeeper. He's as good as we've had in a Tangerine shirt for a couple of years now. Very impressive, big and strong.
Zamama looking for Rob Jones. It's clear header. Once again, Shamatolski to the rescue, United.
We went a wee bit to sleep there. It was a wee bit up.
Barry Robson moves into the area. Plays a short one to Willow Flood. Chip to the back post. There's Wilkie.
Unlucky.
$40-1 for the first goal this afternoon, Lee Wilkie. They've earned somebody a few quid there. Had that gone in. Zamama chickened out of that challenge against Sean Dillon.
It was one that Dillon was going to have to make. I think if he hadn't got the ball there was definitely going to be a booking on the cards there, because it was an absolute must-win challenge for him.
And a little flood taken late by Lewis Stevenson. Robson swings it in the near post. McAlamby almost caught out. I mentioned it in the first half that does tend to stray off his line. Barry Robson looking to bend into the bottom corner and wasn't far away from doing so.
I don't think the goalie, he got down to it, but he didn't look too clever there. It was a decent effort by Robson. So here's hoping we can see if we can maybe see if his gloves can hold on to the ball a bit better.
Calvinus across. McAlamby flew at it, got nowhere near it. And Willow Flood couldn't direct it goalward. Difficult one to take, admittedly. Greasy ball coming at him at some pace on the volley. Stevenson. Buzalan. Brian Kerr with a chance. Shamatolski saves. Back in the middle. Wilkie off his own bar.
That's quality defending, isn't it, really? He definitely knew where that one was going.
Likewise.
Had to get a foot to it.
There's Robson coming forward. It's end-to-end stuff at Tannadice now. Robson waiting for some movement. Finds Gomez. Deep from Dillon. There's Hunt with a header.
Unlucky.
Gathered at the second attempt by Makalambi. Pace of this game's really upped in the last couple of minutes. Hibs coming forward now. Stephen Fletcher gives it away. And Darren Dodds just went straight through.
Bit of a forehand smash, that one. That'll do it.
Fletcher trying the professional foul. He knew he'd given the ball away. Dodds just shoved him off easily. Here's Gomez. Surely obstructed.
Unlucky. That was good feet by the Frenchman. Just unfortunately, I think somebody had a wee bit of a knock at him, just took him off his balance.
Fletcher gets on the ball now. Gets the better of Darren Dodds. Wilkie comes across, leaves Benji unmarked in the middle. Benji shot.
Oh,
terrific save again from Shamatolski. As difficult as they come for goalkeepers, close to the legs, not a lot of room to dive. Robin wide to Calvinus. Now Hunt.
Asking of it.
Comes on the overlap. Robertson's made his way into the box. Hunt to Gomez. Now Boabin.
Well,
Slippery surface.
It was on target. It made the keeper save it. We've seen earlier on he can spill things. Let's see if he can hold on to it. It's not the best of the days for keepers, so worth a pot.
Saw on Monday night that Prince Boabin definitely isn't scared to take on shots from long range.
Had a good one against Barca, didn't he? It was, sticks in the memory.
Good Willie to the back post. Robson, time to control, flicks it back into the area. McAlamby's come, he's dropped it. Hunt's there, and it's off the line from Kevin McCann. Persistent play from Noel Hunt.
Goalkeeper's complaining bitterly there, and he has absolutely no grounds for it.
Comes in again, Robson with a header. McAlamby still hadn't got back on his goal line after complaining to the referee. And Robson just looking to loop the header over him. Very calm defending from Kevin McCann though. Now Bouzoulan. Fletcher making the run down the right. O'Brien's hugging the touchline on the left. Looks to get beyond Dillon. Gets the cross in. Fletcher's at the back post. Once again, Gregor Shamatolski.
Been a bit of a Shamatolski show, to be honest with you. He's had 3 or 4 very, very good stops.
Robson hoists it forward. Really battling with Chris Hogg.
He had a fair shout for a foul there.
There's a chance for Benji to try and use his pace beyond Wilkie. Into the area. Great recovery challenge from Lee Wilkie. Robson finds Hunt. Barry Robson's carried on with his run. Brings it back for Calvinus. Cross comes in. Hunt's there. Makalamby, for all his mistakes earlier in the game, pulls out a great stop there to deny Noel Hunt. And move into the last minute of injury time. Grant, do you think it's a decent point for United?
I think overall, I think we'd have to say Hibs have had the better of the chances. Shamatolski's had a very, very strong game and yeah.
Hibs looking to nick it late on. McCann got in there. Wilkie, the header back to his own goalkeeper. Very calmly done.
I think he was trying to put it on his own bar again. Mr. McCurry's seen enough, I think.
McCurry checked his watch and then blows the final whistle. A decent point overall for United. Gregor Shamatolski, the man who takes the most credit from this performance today. It's his header that he recovered first and foremost, presented it straight to Zamama, recovered to spread himself and make the save. Further saves by Fletcher and Zamama, a double save for half time, and then in the second half, opportunities at both ends. Shamatowski again coming to United's rescue. Lee Wilkie hit his own bar as well at the other end. Noel Hunt with a glancing header that was excellently saved by Yves Makalambi. United remain undefeated at home in this season, and the final score at Tannadice: Dundee United 0, Hibernian 0. 10th SPL game of the season saw United travel to Tynecastle, seen with a 4-0 victory back in March. That was United's last win south of Dundee, with Andrius Velichka and Odris Zanavicius away with international duty for Lithuania. Their legs were rested, places on the bench for those, so Callum Elliott came in to partner Christian Nade up front, while Robbie Nielsen made his 150th league appearance for Hearts. Craig Levine made only one change to the United side that defeated Motherwell at Tannadice before the international break. Jordan Robertson came back into the starting lineup, meaning Noel Hunt moved back wide, with Stephen Robb dropping to the bench. Barry Robson back from international duty. This the scene of his first career hat-trick back in March. Plenty of goals between these sides in recent years, 83 coming in the last 28 games since the beginning of 1999. The last 0-0 here at Tynecastle 19 seasons ago, and the man overseeing this one was referee Craig Thompson. Craig Levine's first trip back to Tynecastle as United manager. He was completely turned around, a 4-0 victory that day, a hat-trick for Barry Robson, who must be hurting after not seeing any action for Scotland, especially in that Georgia game. Will he be up for this one this afternoon? It's still a strong bench for United, as you can see scrolling along the bottom there. John Daly, Stephen Robb, Greg Cameron, all at Craig Levine's disposal if he wants to make changes through the game. Hearts also with an attacking bench this afternoon, and also featuring Mauricio Pinilla, who's back close to fitness for Hearts. Chilean international. There's an early ball towards Callum Elliott. Gets it back to Driver. Now Gonçalves. Egert Jonsson. Late for Lariah Kingston. Drifts behind. Noise in the early stages coming from the United fans. Allocation of 700 tickets sold out a couple of days before the game. Nielsen forward to Nadi. Kingston inside him. Instead it's gone to Elliott. Now Kingston. There's Andrew Driver. Goes outside. Sean Dillon looking for the spectacular effort. He's certainly shown he's capable of those this season, Andrew Driver. Recipient of the Young Player of the Month award for September.
I thought Sean Dillon would have closed him down a bit quicker there and actually let him get into the box a bit, allowed him to get the shot in. Poor effort though, has to be said.
Kingston goes to ground with minimum of fuss as he went past Galvanus. No decision came his way from the officials, but United concede the possession again. Galvanus got in there in front of Nadi. United have it back. Robson, great ball out to Noel Hunt. Hunt looking to attack Gonçalves. Touch just took it away from him and out of play. Elliott using his body backing into Lee Wilkie. Allowed to do so by the referee. Here's Andrew Driver. Goes beyond Darren Dodds. Well, that's a couple within the last couple of minutes for Hearts. Kingston went down very easily on the far side. Driver that time looking for the free kick as he went past Darren Dodds. He knew the touch was too heavy. I'm sure some other referees would have taken action against Andrew Driver there. Gonçalves, a long throw. Nadi's made the run. Back to goal. He needs support from somebody. Darren Dodds doing the job to hold him up. Finds Driver. Calvin has had to win that one. Did well. Drops for Nadi. Comfortable for Shamatowski.
The monk shall not be breached, Scott.
Too much space for Christian Nadi there as it broke back to him. Thankfully, shot straight down the throat of Shamatowski. metaphorically. There's Robertson. Back into Berra, gets the shot away, and that's the lead! Tremendous goal from Jordan Robertson. 13 and a half minutes on the clock. United barely been in the game, but Robertson took that one with some trouble, stretching, and got the shot away on the turn. Beat Steve Banks and in off the post. United 1-0 up.
It was a fantastic goal, Scott. I was actually going to say to you, when the ball came forward, his hand was up. He could easily have given away the foul there, but no, they carried on, played the whistle. Deserved his goal there. Fantastic effort.
Oh, how will Hearts react to that? They're looking to get forward straight away. Stewart making the bursting run forward. Dodd's got that one away. United fans in the far corner delighted with the lead, having been second best, admittedly, for much of the opening 13 minutes. Lee Wilkie penalised for the foul on Christian Nade. A dangerous position to give away a free kick. And having gone through the back of the player, he picks up a yellow card from Craig Thompson. Kingston with a quick free kick. Kramatowski saved anyway, and Kingston picks up the yellow card for restarting the game without the referee say so. One of the more frustrating offences in the rule book, it has to be said. Well, Craig Thompson, no stranger to the yellow card. It's only his 5th game of the season. He's already on 23 yellow cards for the season, an average of over 5 a game coming into this. Kingston with that free kick, comfortably over the bar.
I think I should have just let him stick with his first one. It was a better effort. Once again, the monk shall not be breached, though.
United a goal to the good. Having been under the cosh for a good spell of the opening 10 minutes, they've got that lead through Jordan Robertson's goal. It's the 3rd of the season. And they've got a chance to get the ball in the box again here. Christian Calvinas aimed towards Lee Wilkie. Willow Flood's coming around the back. Flood stabs it over the bar. He knows that was a half chance. Maybe even better than that as it dropped to him.
I think it fell on his wrong foot there, Scott. It fell on his left. I think it would be sitting in the back of the net by now. I would say that was the other way, Scott. I don't agree with that. He was backing into Gomez there.
Well, we saw Craig Thompson in all his glory before the competitive season started at Tannadice in that Barcelona friendly. Kingston again looks to pose problems. I've got to say, after the Falkirk League Cup game where he took charge, I thought maybe the Barcelona night was an off night and maybe the occasion and the high profile opposition maybe got to him, but from what we've seen in the first quarter of this game, I don't know whether it's safe to say he's adding to the entertainment value, because you never know what decision is going to come next.
He seems to be swayed somewhat by the crowd reaction. He just doesn't know what he's doing at the moment. It's like he's given one to one side and then trying to even it up by giving something else to the other side. It's just bizarre. Anyway, Man United 2-0.
Calvinas, a long ball to the box. Wilkie knocks down, Jordan Robertson's in! It's 2-0!
What did I just tell you, Scott? It's 2-0!
The foresight from Mark McCreary. And Jordan Robertson now won a hat-trick himself. Barry Robson got one here in March. Can Jordan Robertson get another one to make it 2 hat-tricks in 2 games? It's 2-0 United after only 25 minutes.
Right, Scott, I'm going to leave the commentary for the rest of the game, but I'm going to put my lottery ticket on. Who needs hindsight when you can have foresight? 2-0 United, I told you. Craig Levine doesn't seem to be too happy about something. I noticed he was giving a lot of shouting there about 2-3 minutes ago. I can't really see what he was saying.
I think he's very much aware of the midfield emptying far too quickly, and I think he's just having a word with Prince Boabin, maybe just to sit a little bit deeper and try and track some of the Hearts players. Oh. Referee, well, I'm sorry to say that is incorrect. The rulebook says it has to be an intentional pass back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a misplaced pass by Barry, but it's easy to see where he thought it was a pass back though, Scott.
It's easy to see it, but he's unaware of the rules. So Hearts with the indirect free kick. A chance to get back into the game. Kingston and Driver standing over it. Touched by Kingston for Stewart. Parried by Shamatolski. United clear.
The monk shall not be breached, Scott.
Well, as well as the 2 goals, who's the first man to the loose ball to clear it? Jordan Robertson. Comes off Robson. Hearts have a throw. Hearts supporters lifted a little bit. Maybe just coming out of shock after going 2 goals down. A long throw into the area, looking for Callum Elliott. Darren Dodds gets up above him, heads out to play for the corner. Right in the middle, it's bouncing around, and it's off the line from Gomez. Shot fired in towards the goal. Gomez was there on the line, came off the midriff and out of play. Still incredible to think here we are, 8 minutes short of half time. United really just haven't clicked at all this afternoon, and they're 2 goals up.
It's brilliant, is it?
I always say it's the mark of a good team when they can play poorly and still grind out results.
A long way to go yet, Scott, but let's hope it stays that way. That's a great tackle for Lee Wilkie. Fantastic. Are we playing American football here? That was brilliant.
He just stepped into the path of Callum Elliott. There's only ever going to be one winner as the 2 of those went shoulder to shoulder.
Good awareness here for Lee Wilkie. Nowhere near the ball, but you know what he was doing.
He's caused problems for Hearts up at this end of the pitch for the second goal. He's at the near post for United as Willow Flood looks to put this one in. Down to the back post, there's Robertson. Robson even.
Robson, yes. How can you mistake the ginger genius?
The brain wanted to say Robson. The mouth just wouldn't follow.
Yeah. I think that happened on Wednesday night, but the brain belonged to Alex McLeish. Sorry, Alex. Sticky.
And he's still there. He loses out once again, though. Oof. I think that may be a booking for Sean Dillon.
Yeah. He just completely misjudged that there, Scott. I know you're standing there giggling off microphone, but he just completely misjudged that. That's a great decision by the referee.
Well, tell me what's more dangerous, not retreating from a free kick, taking a free kick before the whistle's blown, or going straight through a player like Sean Dillon did there.
Straight through the player every time, Scott, especially if it's a Hearts player.
Driver's cross, it's too long. It's given away by Stewart, straight to Gomez. Kingston nicks it away from Hunt.
No, referee. Why can't he just let the advantage go there?
Hearts would have been a lot happier with the advantage there. Stewart takes a quick one for Nielsen. Now Kingston. Goes for a goal.
Nah. The monk shall not be breached. That's for rubbish like that, Scott.
Kingston with the flick on. Here's Elliott. Nadi inside him. Comes back for Elliott again. Shamatolski held it well. Maybe Craig Levine will be concerned. That's a couple of chances in quick succession for Hearts. And United may break themselves. Boabin.
Good play again from Boabin.
Hunt with space on the right. May wait for the support of Dillon. United just cautiously working their way forward. Flood eased out of it by Zanavicius. And Kingston with a head of steam running it. The United centre halves now. Flicks it wide for Elliott. Just too much pace on it for Callum Elliott to do anything with. Comes back to Zanavicius. Kingston tried to get on the end of it. Well defended by Darren Dodds. Final touch came off Larry Kingston. Can only be good for United if Lukas Zalushka gets himself back fit again and have competition for that place as well. Although may not be for long with Shamatolski at the moment, only signed till January.
Noel Hunt and acres of space on the right again, Scott.
Flood goes for Robson. He may just be luring people in, instead he fancies the attempt himself. And it's been a tired performance really from Barry Robson. He just doesn't look as sharp as we've seen him.
It's a fantastic song the United fans are singing at the moment, isn't it?
Well, despite the huge delays and roadworks between Dundee and Edinburgh, I can't see there's been too many United fans leaving early from this one. They'll want to applaud their team off the park as Hunt gets the ball wide. Wait for Jordan Robertson in the middle.
Good play there from Noel Hunt, I think, on the right.
I think United fully deserve an ovation at the end of this game.
Indeed, Scott.
Having said that, there's still 20 minutes to go. United's 2 goals came inside the space of 11 minutes. There's still a long way to go yet.
I'm quite tempted to join in with the singing here, Scott.
Give me a second while I find the plug. Well, coming into this, there's 2 points separating United and Hearts. A winner today would consolidate 4th place if Hearts had picked up the 3 points. Kingston fires that one just wide. If Hearts had picked up 3 points here this afternoon, and they'd overtaken United and gone into 4th spot. I'm just looking at the United bench, and for the last 15 minutes, since you mentioned whether there'd be any substitutions in Craig Levine's mind, none of the subs have been out warming up at all, which suggests that Craig Levine's quite happy that things are in control here and the current 11 are doing their job. Picks back and straight at Shamatowski again. The keeper holds it well.
There was a gasp let out. I don't know if it was from up here in the gantry or down below us with the Hearts fans, but you're never going to pass the monk. You're never ever going to pass the monk.
The Hearts supporters aren't too happy. They're making for the exits. Still 10 minutes remaining. Hearts have tried to play their way through the United defence and it's just not happened so far, so I think there may be a feeling among the United defenders that they feel set pieces are going to be the only way to get anything from this.
That's a great ball there from Sean Dillon. Fantastic ball. Well played, Willow Flood.
Flood around his man. It's away from Jonsson. Touch came off of Egert Jonsson and United have the corner.
Loving it, Scott. Absolutely loving it.
Into the final 5 minutes. I think the United coaching team will be very happy with the way they've tackled the second half. They may not have produced anything in a creative sense, but they've certainly stopped Hearts from looking too dangerous.
That's a foul there. That's a clear foul on Lee Wilkie there.
To the back post. There's Dodds. Came back across. Wilkie was getting himself back up off the ground. Stephen Robb might keep this one in, and does.
Well played, Stephen Robb.
Looks up, puts the cross in.
It's a great ball.
Berra's first to it. It comes for Kingston. Darren Dodds, I think, just fancied the breather there and give himself a few seconds longer to get back. Hearts making their final change. It's attacking midfielder for defender. Jose Gonçalves left the field. Kestutis Ivashkevicius has joined the fray.
That's a good ball from Noel Hunt, finding Barry Robson there.
Terrific ball to pick out his captain. What can Robson do from here? He lines up the shot. Turned onto the woodwork by Steve Banks.
We'll like that one, Scott. That's the Barry Robson we like to see. You can hear United fans in the background, they agree with us.
United fans in great voice, up on their feet, cheering their team on to victory, they hope. It's looking ever more like that's going to be the case. And that one gone in from Robson, took a step to the side, pinged in the shot. Banks did well to get the touch to it, but he got lucky. Hit the woodwork on its way out. Otherwise United would have had a third goal. Wilkie and Jalukas again at it. Dodds, there's Wilkie! It's handball. It's a red card.
Get off.
Well, There's a red card for a Hearts player. Last time United were here, it was Ibrahim Tal. He walked along with David Robertson on that occasion. And it's Callum Elliott. Now, Barry Robson, hat-trick in March. Can he get on the score sheet again? Yes, he can!
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic score.
That seals the victory. United 3 goals up. Barry Robson heads for the United fans. It's been a frustrating 2 weeks for Robson. He not got on the pitch for Scotland. But it's joy for him, joy for the United fans this afternoon. The shout of easy, easy. Well, in the last 2 times they've come here, the aggregate is 7-0.
We won the league at Dens is now the song that our fans are singing. That just really winds up the Hearts fans after their inability to win the league in 1985-86, Scott, is am I not right? The mustachioed one, Albert Kidd, the thorn in the side that day. I'm sure our manager was playing that day, was he? If you're listening to this, Craig, sorry mate. But we like winding him up.
It's Craig Levine's Tangerine Army over in that far corner, who will be making all the noise for the next 5 minutes or so. Fans still streaming for the exits in the home sections of Tynecastle. It's not been free-flowing football from United, but it has been as effective as anything you'll see.
The Shed Boys dance.
Here's Buaben. Can they get a late goal to match the 4-0 win in March?
Can I now ole every pass?
No. Dodge looking for Stephen Robb to make the run.
Take a shoot, wee man.
Will it break for Robson? Stands it up to the back post. There's Hunt. Can't get it under control. Comes back for Kerr. Now Buaben. That's Christian Calvinus. Excellent once again in ahead of Larry Kingston. Johnson did well to dispossess Flood. Looking for Pania.
Oh, well played the Monk. Well played the Monk.
Referee.
Come on.
Referee. That is unbelievable. That was a 50-50 challenge. It could be costly for United. Shamatulski and Pania collided. Both looked like they were going for the ball. Shamatulski was booked in the first half for holding on to the ball after the indirect free kick was given. He picks up a second yellow card. United down to 10 men for the final couple of minutes as well. There's some concern for Maurizio Piniella here. Willow Flood makes way to allow Ewan McLean on. But I think that may be the downside today, is the fact that United will lose Shamatulski to suspension. He's been a big part of the defensive performances this season. And Ewan McLean's first task is to pick the ball out the net. Terrific free kick from Larry Kingston. Yeah. It won't influence the way the points are going, but it won't do a lot for the confidence of Ewan McLean either on the field for a matter of seconds, and he's conceded. Final whistle goes. United, well, everyone said it would be a different game. There'd be no chance of another 4-0 win. It was as convincing towards the closing stages as it was in March. Goals in the first half. Header from Christian Calvinus, foul for Jordan Robertson in the box. He did well to hold it up, held off the defender and shot in the turn in off the far post. 11 minutes later it was a long free kick from Calvinus, knocked down by Wilkie, and Robertson slammed it into the roof of the net. United did a professional job in the second half to protect the lead, didn't allow Hearts through them at all. Couple of minutes from the end, corner from the right, Robson put it in, Dodds kept it in, Wilkie's header cleared off the line by the hand of Callum Elliott. He walked for the offence. Barry Robson slammed the penalty into the net. And then the final few seconds, United also reduced to 10 men. Shamatulski picking up a second booking for the challenge on Piniella from the resultant free kick. Larry Kingston curled the ball into the net beyond substitute Ewan McLean. So the downside for today is that United lose Shamatulski to suspension for the Rangers game next weekend. But the plus side is another 3 points. Another terrific result at Tynecastle. The final score: Hearts 1, Dundee United 3. Last minute red card last week at Tynecastle meant that Gregor Shamatulski sat this one out through suspension. Ewan McLean came in for his second start for United, exactly 1 year since his debut. And his first Tandais appearance for the first team this afternoon. Lucas Zalushka had a place on the bench. Otherwise, United unchanged from the side that beat Hearts 3-1 at Tynecastle last week. French pair Brahim Hamdani and Jean-Claude Darcaville again miss out through injury. Rangers have named the same side against Barcelona and Celtic within the last week. Walter Smith resisting the temptation to make wholesale changes. Only 2 changes to the Rangers lineup. Amdi Faye comes into the midfield in place of Charlie Adam. And DeMarcus Beasley, the American international, will start wide in place of Nacho Novo. 25 league goals in 134 league games for United, and Robson will be looking for another one of those this afternoon. Craig Levein got victory against Rangers in his first game at Tannadice last season. And man pitched in this afternoon, Ewan McLean. First appearance at Tannadice, exactly 1 year since his debut. That game we all want to forget at Falkirk last season. Ewan, cat for the under-21s recently. He'll be high in confidence, as will Jordan Robertson. 2 goals at Tynecastle for a man named Jay Robertson. Not an uncommon thing, but very pleasing for United fans last week to watch that one. The sides all partaking in the Show Racism the Red Card event, all the players with the cards this afternoon. There'll be a ceremonial showing of those to all sides of the ground before things get underway. Both coaches choosing to watch from the stand in the first half. Robson coming in field looking for an option. Drops back to Gomez. Now Willow Flood. A ranging run from the little Irishman. Halted by Alan Hutton. Good closing down from Robson. Hunt taken late by Hutton.
That's an absolutely shocking challenge.
No Hunt reacts to it. He'll be advised to keep out of it. I think the referee was going to be forced to take action in any case against Alan Hutton. It was late, it was reckless.
Scott, there is a very good case for that being a red card there, never mind a yellow card. Hutton had only one thing in his mind.
In defence of Hutton, I think Rangers maybe aggrieved that Sean Dillon didn't get a yellow for coming through the back of Lee McCulloch. No, Hunt picks up a caution as well for his reaction to the challenge, but there's no surprise looking at that again. Hunt was not pleased with the way Hutton came straight through him on the touchline. Hunt caught again by Alan Hutton. The leg of Hutton came out that time. United have possession. Hunt finds Gomez, crosses it in. Too long for Robson. Gomez was taken late by Hutton as well. Dewey McDonald's having a word in the ear of the Rangers fullback, and Hunt comes in with a header.
Scott, I hope we could see this again here, because Scott, I mean, look, we're not going to see it again, but you know, he's actually made the initial challenge and then raised his feet to kick the player after the ball's away.
Robertson again nicks in. United get possession. Gomez finds Robson. Barry Robson looking to slice up the shot. Well held by Alan McGregor.
The Rangers goalkeeper done very well there, Scott, because I think both Jordan Robertson and Prince Blaban, I think it was, were both in there.
Kuzan went in quite strongly against Lee Wilkie. And the big man took exception to that. The United fans responding to what they've seen in the opening 25 minutes. Dodds took a bit of a liberty there, hands round the side of Daniel Kuzan. And that was spotted by the assistant on this near side. The Rangers get the free kick.
No doubt there was a hand round the body there, Scott, but the big fella goes down easy, doesn't he?
Flags up. It won't count. I'm not sure who it was, but one United player was very, very close to playing Kuzan onside there. We'll wait for the replay. As it's played in. Well, just.
Let's praise the official, Scott. That's a great decision.
Again, good clearance from Ewan McLean. Found his target and Hunt got the flick on. Once again, Lee Wilkie strides forward. Flood flights it in, Wilkie's round the back! United have the lead!
Get in there!
Lee Wilkie once again!
Come on!
His third goal of the season!
Scott, what a fantastic ball in from Willow Flood. And that was a striker's finish from Lee Wilkie. Brilliant stuff.
His 175th career appearance. The 11th goal of his career. And United have the advantage. Did well, got round the back of Lee McCulloch. Composed finish.
The delivery was spot on. You know, he's put it right on the plate for Wilkie.
And look at the tussle between McCulloch and Wilkie. McCulloch was eased out of it. Delight on the face of Lee Wilkie as he ran in front of the George Fox stand. Quaylar with a long ball forward. Kuzan gets away from Dodds. Wilkie comes across, but Daniel Kuzan with a chance. Touched away by Wilkie. Back for McCulloch. Combination of Dodds and McLean.
Scott, I'm sorry, Ewan's made a great save there, and Daniel Kuzan is about 2 yards offside and comes running back on, and the assistant just lets him go.
And we'll see that on the replay. It was Kuzan. Wilkie recovered with a challenge. And as you said, Joe, a shot from McCulloch. Kuzan clearly offside.
Maybe even 3 yards offside.
Jim Lyne was in the perfect position. Fye recovers. Strength to hold off Morgado Gomez. That slack from Kevin Thompson almost allowed Willow Flood in. Again, United pressing the Rangers players, forcing them into the error. That will delight the United coaching staff, I'm sure. Robson, raking ball to the left hand side. Hutton's there in front of Hunt. Calvinus gets it through to Noel Hunt eventually. Looking to attack Hutton. Beasley's come to help him out. Goes back for Gomez. Steps over it. Calvinus with a cross. It's too deep for Robson. Robson may just catch that and stop it from going out. Excellent work from United skipper. Couldn't find Hunt at the back post. Seemed to take an eternity for Robson to stop himself and get back to the ball that should stop right on the line, but he's still got there in front of his opponent. Now Rangers come forward. McCulloch with a cross. Kuzan, great save from Ewan McLean.
What a save. Well done, young man.
He was on top of him straight away. Thompson with a cross. Here's McCulloch again. Lays it back for Kuzan. Shot comes in. Took a touch on the way through. The United have that man to thank for the goal being intact. Great work from Ewan McLean. Cross came in from Lee McCulloch. Kuzan took a touch. Ewan McLean was straight on him in a flash. Closed the shot down. It's going to be Beasley with the corner. Wilkie gets the header away. Comes back to Novo. Cleared by Robson. Innovative side of Alan Hutton to try and challenge there from Willow Flood. Papat eased off it by Duabin. Rangers wanting to get things moving quickly. Hutton gets away from Hunt. Now Beasley. Penalty awarded. Well, let's wait and see the replay. Dougie McDonald had no hesitation pointing to the spot. Here's a man with a decent angle on it. As Beasley came inside, Christian Calvin has... Well, the foot came out in front of DeMarcus Beasley. It's Daniel Kuzan who's going to try and draw Rangers level. Wrong foot, Ewan McLean. Daniel Kuzan, the first man to score a league goal against United at Tannadice this season. 6 minutes into the second half. United pegged back by Daniel Kuzan's 6th goal of the season. Noel Hunt pointed out the fact that Nacho Nova was virtually level with Kuzan when he took the kick. Dougie MacDonald wasn't alert to that. Now, can United react? Rangers have started the second half in a totally different tempo to which they played the first 45 minutes.
Big test for United now, Scott. You know, we have to react to that and start controlling the game again.
Craig Levine had a word with Jordan Robertson as Rangers were preparing to take the penalty. And it's noticeable that since the restart, Noel Hunt had gone up alongside Jordan Robertson. Hunt's gone out to take the long throw now. Instead he comes back for Calvinas.
That's a penalty kick. Get in there, come on!
Jordan Robertson clearly being held from the back.
Scott, now, can I ask, is that not a goal scoring opportunity?
Well, you can't get any more blatant than that.
You know, Jordan's brought the ball down, he's facing goal 5 yards out. Why is that not a goal scoring opportunity?
GBH. Queller all over Jordan Robertson. Left Dougie MacDonald with no alternative. He paused and thought about it, but no matter which angle he saw that from, it had to be a penalty. And less than 2 minutes after levelling the scoreline, Rangers could go behind once again. Barry Robson can't get the ball to stay on the penalty spot. It just adds to the tension. Are we ready for an East Stand eruption from Barry? We are! United back in front again.
Scott, I'm loving it. Come on, United. 2-1, let's keep it going.
Barry Robson tucks it away. He's United's top scorer this season now. That's his 5th of the season.
It was a pretty diabolical penalty, Scott, when we see the replays there. He's hit the top of the ball, but they all count.
Straight down the middle. Ferguson nudged off of that by Gomez. Barry Ferguson takes the free kick quickly. Here's Beasley. Well, looked like Alan Hutton had overrun that. He gets the free kick. Christian Calvinas was the man dealing with the Rangers fullback. Tell me, Joe, where's the free kick there? Beasley puts the ball in. Cleared at the near post. Once again, it was Noel Hunt occupying that position. Beasley with the corner. Ewan McLean comes for it. Does a good job. Got 2 hands to it. Situation that Ewan finds himself this afternoon. It does remind you a little bit of Paul Gallagher coming into the United team after Alan Combe was suspended.
Six keep-ups there from Noel Hunt. It's actually a club record, Scott.
That takes the heat off United's defence. Good work from Noel Hunt. Kuzan holding off Robson. His captain does well. Possession still the Rangers though. Hutton away from Robertson, beyond Gomez as well. And Dougie MacDonald just reacting to Alan Hutton's every wish at the moment. Gomez booked for less than Hutton did to Noel Hunt in the first half when he got a booking. There's is this a new ethos on the SFA's request for Old Firm players to be protected and head of the Scotland squad being announced?
The less I say on that subject, the better, Scott. Certainly before the watershed.
Hutton did well there, came back to dispossess Gomez. Once again, the no-touch area of Alan Hutton. Hutton then goes and shoves somebody out the way to get the ball. Again, the referee turns a blind eye. Good marauding run again from the little Irishman. And Sean Dillon flips it over the top. Barry Robson's there. Papac came across for the challenge. And United with a corner. What a third goal would do for everyone connected with United at the moment. Played her right in on top. It went in the net. Foul given. Well, let's see that one on the replay. It did look like there was a nudge on Alan McGregor. He claimed it. Weir comes straight over the top of Jordan Robertson. It comes back for United. Robson wants some support. Goes inside for Buabin. Prince Buabin! Denied by the save from Alan McGregor.
Oh, Scott, the minute that left his foot, I looked like it was nestling in the back of the net. Oh, he struck that perfectly.
Buabin helps it on. Here's Hunt. Robson to his right. Will Robson look to produce something, or will he just look to keep possession? Papac hung the leg out. Seen players booked for less than that as well. Kevin Thompson comes across with a few verbals for Barry Robson. Robson plays it in. It almost went straight in. McGregor got a touch. Wilkie was coming round the back as well.
Scott, time and time again today, dead ball situations into the Rangers 6-yard area has caused them absolute chaos.
What a delivery again by Barry Robson. How Scotland could have done with that in Georgia a couple of weeks ago. Flood from the left this time. I thought Dodds was going to head that in.
How did Dodds not get that in?
McCulloch, short changes Nacho Novo. That allowed Sean Dillon in. McGregor came for that and was nowhere near it.
Scott, from up here it looked like an open goal, just begging Dan Dodds to put the ball home.
Here's Gomez. Robson, plenty of room. He's got Jordan Robertson and Noel Hunt in the box. He could run at Sasa Papac. Forced backwards. Finds Flood. Now Robertson. Flood again, overruns it. Barry Ferguson has no need to get involved there. Well, a phrase that springs to mind, they don't like it up them.
The whole situation there is very bizarre, Scott. You know, Willow Flood's ran the ball at the park. Barry Ferguson obviously said something to him, and then for whatever reason John Robertson and Alan McGregor get involved, and then David Weir feels need to come in and start pushing Noel Hunt about. Rangers do not appear a happy bunny at the moment.
Well, nobody likes losing. Some people do it with a lot more grace than others. Buabin, brilliant. Gets the touch off Aquelar. Out for another corner.
Scott, how could he still be running at that pace in the 85th minute of this game? He's been simply outstanding.
Sponsors Man of the Match award goes for Noel Hunt. The man in possession of the ball at the moment. Dougie McDonald, I think, maybe just suggesting that United could get on with things a little bit quicker. United will just take the corner and keep it in the corner there. Hunt holding it up from Hutton. Two got involved with one another early in the game. Neither of them could take the risk of doing anything rash there.
Scott, I know why teams do that, you know, with 5 minutes to go, but I hate to see it because it only creates confrontation.
Hunt slides in, gets the ball. Beasley battling with him. Hauls back Noel Hunt. I think Noel Hunt just saying to the referee, well, how much does it take for you to book a man in the blue shirt this afternoon? No surprises for what United will look for. It's the head of Lee Wilkie. Guabin. Wilkie wants it back. Guabin makes the run outside him. Flag goes up. Well, a little bit of naivety from the youngster, Prince Guabin. 1 year to the day since United's, well, one of the darkest hours of recent years. A 5-1 defeat at Falkirk that was Craig Brewster's final game in charge at Tannadice. The new manager was Craig Levein. His first game was here at Tannadice, a 2-1 victory over Rangers. Well, that's the scoreline again. As we
Come on, referee, how many times?
Final 2 minutes.
Scott, yet again, Alan Hutton has just taken a man out of play there.
Ferguson finds Beasley. Deep cross, Dillon gets his head to it. It's going to come back to Beasley. There's Chris Boyd. What a pleasant sight for United fans.
Scott, I'm sorry, I've got to go back to that situation there. We've got a referee here who is well respected in the game. He's one of the top referees in Scotland, and the only reason he's not give a foul against Alan Hutton there is because he knew the inevitable was a second yellow card for the Rangers defender. That is absolutely shocking.
Jordan Robertson still running effort, well, tirelessly. 2 minutes of time to be added on. Ball had gone out. It's been a story of Ewan McLean really today. A lot of the publicity and the attention on the game leading up to it was on United's young keeper. At the other end, Alan McGregor making his 50th league appearance for Rangers. Looked like he was on his way out of Ibrox under Paul again. He was almost coming to Tannadice at one point in time. But Ewan McLean's the man between the sticks for United this afternoon. He's played his part at the other end of the pitch. It's been Lee Wilkie and Barry Robson. How a free kick wasn't given in United's favour there, I have no idea. Nacho Novo needs to be booked here. He wants to get himself involved with United's manager as well. Kevin Thompson now needs to be booked because he's done exactly the same thing.
Scott, I hark back to 10 minutes ago when you spoke about there's ways of losing. You know, there's good losers and there's bad losers, and you know, look at that reaction there from Nova. That's just embarrassing.
Well, Prince Guabin needs to be careful as well because he's on a booking. But for the captain of a national football team to be getting involved like that, it says nothing for him as a person and as a professional footballer. There's ways and means to lose graciously, and none of them have been shown by Rangers this afternoon. Despite the foul on Prince Guabin and the ball going out for a throw-in, Rangers want to take a free kick of their own. United want to make a change. Guabin's gone off injured. Mark Kerr comes on for the final rights. There's 2 minutes of time to be added on as a minimum. We've gone through those, but I think there'll be a little bit more due to that hassle in front of the United technical area. Ferguson makes 15 yards with a throw. Comes back to McCulloch. All eyes on Dougie MacDonald. Kevin Thompson leads with the elbow. And that's dangerous, and that should be a second booking as well for Kevin Thompson.
Scott, Mark Kerr just came on the park, and if he does nothing else in the remainder of this game, he's had two vital touches there, which has given us his breathing space. And you know, we should be looking at near full time now, and I can't see a loss in this. Massive 3 points.
Results went fairly well for United yesterday. Hibs lost out. That kept the gap between United and Hibs to 2 points. And victory here, signalled by
Yes.
the referee's final whistle, means United leapfrog Hibs into third place in the SPL table. They're level on points with Rangers.
Absolutely
What a 3 points this is this afternoon. The United fans up on their feet. Lee Wilkie opened the scoring just before the half hour. A deep free kick from Willow Flood. He converted. The Rangers started the second half at a high tempo. They introduced Nacho Novo. The equaliser came 6 minutes into the second half. DeMarcus Beasley went down in the box. Daniel Kuzan stepped up to finish from the spot. But Parity was only there for 2 minutes. Jordan Robertson manhandled by Carlos Cuellar. United skipper stepped up, fired a penalty down the middle. Craig Lefine with a 100% record against Rangers at Tannadice. 2 games, 2 wins. It's no less than United deserve. Rangers have not lost graciously, and that makes it all the more pleasing for United. The final score at Tannadice: Dundee United 2, Rangers 1.
Happy days.
There was an air of unfinished business for United fans as Kilmarnock came to Tannadice following the controversial ending to the second game of the season at Rugby Park. A red card at Pittodrie last Saturday meant Lee Wilkie missed this one. Barry Robson also sidelined as he began a 3-game ban following his straight red at Pittodrie last week. Gary Kenneth came in for Lee Wilkie. He partnered Darren Dodds, who received a call-up to the Scotland B squad during the week. Jim Jeffrey's injury list problems have subsided in recent weeks. Killie still without 3 players. Grant Murray, Alan Johnston and former United striker David Fernandez are still unavailable. Alan Combe made his 100th Killie appearance against United, where he spent 5 years early in his career, and in the papers in the lead up to this he still speaks highly of the club and the fans on the time he comes back. The match referee for this one, David Summers. So we're underway. Be interesting to see how United shape up. The early thought is that Noel Hunt and Jordan Robertson will patrol the wide areas, with Daly playing as the lone striker and waiting for support from his colleagues from the wide areas. Alongside me this afternoon is Stuart McDonald. Stuart, do you think there's a sense of injustice to galvanise United towards a win this afternoon?
Certainly is. The first meeting between these sides down at Rugby Park, United second half performance, probably one of the best away performances of the season. Looked comfortable with just 10 minutes to go until that controversial red card, of which we're all aware.
Gary Hayes been out for most of the season with an injury picked up on the opening day at Celtic Park. Tricky hamstring injury. He's only back in recent weeks. He's somebody who's held in high regard at Rugby Park, and Jim Jeffrey saying during the week that he was hoping that the likes of Hay, James Fowler and Colin Nish might have been in Alec McLeish's thoughts when he named the B squad. None of them have featured in that squad. Fraser Wright gets that back to Combe. Sean Dillon will pick up. Aims for John Daly. Good control from Daly. Tussle between Daly and Ford. It looked to be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. There's Boabin. Calvinus. How sweet it would be for United if Christian Calvinus could play an integral part in a win this afternoon. Robertson looks for Calvinus again. And it was Ryan O'Leary who came across to clear the danger.
Good link-up play there though from Calvinus and Robertson started well, looks comfortable in the ball, and it might even be that sort of playing a little bit behind the striker suits him better.
Gary Kenneth's gone across to take the long throw. It's flicked on, comes through to Hunt. 1-0 United! Noel Hunt continues his goal scoring form. It's his 8th goal of the season and his 16th appearance of the season, 1 every 2. The statistic every striker looks for. He celebrates a call-up to the Republic of Ireland B squad with the opening goal this afternoon. With 8 minutes gone, it's United 1, Killie 0.
Great throw in there from Gary Kenneth. It's like having a free kick out wide when you've got somebody who can throw it so accurately over such a long distance. Nice flick on from Dawes, but really well taken from Hunt. It wasn't the easiest of chances, but did well to control and drill the ball low into the net.
Kerr. Now Gary Kenneth. Hunt. Outplay by Gary Hay. He was the target of the attentions of Alan Combe following the goal. Felt that Noel Hunt had far too much time to control that and get the shot away on the turn. Killie captain was the man tasked with marking Hunt, who takes this throw. Drops back down. Hunt with space to get the cross in. There's John Daly. Drops for Prince Boavin, and there's Jordan Robertson, scoops it over the bar. Surely it was easier to score. Killie, well, perhaps rightly aggrieved with the referee. John Daly looked to have his hands on the shoulders of his marker. David Summers allowed it to go, and Jordan Robertson really should have made it 2-0. Here's Kerr. Gomez, room to run into. Opens up for the shot from Morgaro Gomez, and Combe had to scramble across and parry that one wide. It's all United at the moment. And Morgaro Gomez again comes close to breaking his goal scoring duck for Dundee United.
Really finding lots and lots of space in midfield there. Kerr looks inside, sees Gomez with acres of space, and good run, good shot, really testing the goalkeeper, but excellent work from Combe getting that past the post. You can see that Jeffrey seems to be attempting a similar sort of formation to Craig Levein. He's got Wales playing pretty far out wide left, but supposed to get up front and support a nation, and Invincible doing the same thing from the right hand side. Haven't really seen either of them involved up to now, but just in the last few minutes they've been making sort of attempts to get forward and support a nation.
Took a touch off of Simon Ford, and right foot clearance from Ryan O'Leary. United beginning to put some pressure on again. Robertson gets the byline and gets the corner. Dillon, there's Dodds! How did that go over the bar? Darren Dodds did everything right, got in front of his marker, headed it down, but the bounce of the ball clearing the crossbar, and United so unlucky not to be further ahead.
I'm still trying to work out how that did not nestle in the back of the net.
Kerr. Gomez battling in there, gets beyond Simon Ford, Andy and Flanagan. Tries to measure the cross for John Daly. Combe comes, it drops loose. Jordan Robertson can't capitalise. Alan Combe in some trouble. It was a dangerous ball in, right between defender and goalkeeper. Combe had to come. Daly was bearing down on goal. He's taken a sore one. Killie still without Alan Johnston. He's back in training, but not yet fit enough to play a part. A huge loss to them. Somebody who was so impressive last season. Calvin is under pressure from Invincible. Nish. Checked by Dodds, who couldn't really do much to get out of the way. Maybe that allowance given by David Summers, who may have reached for the book otherwise.
If he thought he'd meant it, then it certainly would have been a booking, but you can see already a different Kilmarnock side. They're closing down right up the park. They're much more fight about them, and you can be pretty sure that Jim Jeffries had strong words with them at half time.
Flanagan again standing over the free kick. The flashed header came in, took a touch on the way over. It was Danny Invincible who flung himself at it.
Impossible to defend that sort of free kick. So much power on it. Just whoever hits off first has no idea where it's going to go. And thankfully for United, it just managed to deflect over.
Corner comes in. Hunt got a touch, comes through to the Killie man, and Shamatowski at the second attempt. There's Gary Hayes' corner. Hunt got his head to it. Christian Calvin has took a knock. That move forward for Killie. Keep an eye on how he is. John Daly won the flick on, and he's being held from behind, and that's the first yellow card of the game. Goes the way of Fraser Wright. Hunt looks to be the man who's taking charge. Noel Hunt curls it to the bottom corner. Combe came across. Could only parry it.
Great effort from Noel Hunt, really got it up and down. It was very low to Combe's left, so the keeper did well to get across and scramble that there.
Robertson. Again, good footwork. Holding off Simon Ford. Evading the challenge of the second man coming to close him down.
Yeah, his first touch in some really tight situations has been excellent today and showing good strength there as well.
Hunt with a good leap. Knocks it down. Under the attentions of Gary Kenneth. Turned away for another throw-in. Hunt again with the twin targets of Gary Kenneth and Darren Dodds at the near post. Flicked on by Kenneth. Doesn't drop for Dodds. Jordan Robertson's there. It's blocked. So close to the root of the opening goal. And again, it was flicked on at the near post. It was Dodds who flicked it on for the goal. This time it was Kenneth who got the touch. And it was Jordan Robertson who was on the end of it this time. There's Invincible. First touch was good. Trying to get around Gary Kenneth. Advantage played by the referee. Ford comes back inside. Showed too much of that to Kerr, but did enough to get it back to Invincible. Now Dodds finds Gibson. Kelly sense there may be something in the offing for them here. He's got Hay behind him. Dangerous ball in, looking for Ford. He's going to drop here for Wales. Great save from Shamatulski. Craig Levine is heavily critical of something in the back four beneath us. He's straight out into the technical area. I think he's worried about the space there was between defenders there. Gibson. Dillon quickly on top of him. And Gomez gets himself away from Hay. Slips it through. Looking for John Daly. Well, it was a lunge from Daly. The ball looked like it was going to run through. Defender shepherding it back to the keeper. Trying to block off John Daly's run. Forward by Gomez. Moabin will contest that. And leaves it for Hunt in the end. Locke finds Fowler. Wales, the pass was intended for Hay and it came off the foot of Dodds. It breaks down this time for Killie, and Hunt buys United a bit of time, keeping possession. And O'Leary sitting deep, plays Boabin onside. Boabin goes beyond O'Leary, and that's a penalty. Great play by Prince Boabin. Oh, Jordan Robertson is going to go off here. The linesman spotted it. A headbutt by Jordan Robertson on Alan Combe. Stupid from the youngster. Absolutely needless.
Yeah, very stupid from Robertson, but what is really annoying is Alan Combe again. He's just been booked for trying to referee the game. He's gone out and got involved, and he's got Robertson sent off him. Robertson has to take the share of the blame for that, but I hope Combe gets a second yellow card as well.
United have had disciplinary problems this season, and moments like that, well, it looks like the yellow card's out the pocket from the referee. It may just be the light reflecting on the book. It was absolute folly from Jordan Robertson to get involved there. No need to do so. There looked to be contact with the head, and it's a straight red. No surprises. He's only got himself to blame. Alan Combs managed to escape without further action for getting himself involved needlessly.
Well, it's very disappointing. As you say, Scott, red cards have put United under pressure quite a lot, but really hate to see people getting involved at that. And Alan Combe, quite unnecessary. It was a clear penalty kick, and he's going out, getting involved, accusing players of diving, and it was an absolute stonewall penalty.
Well, he's impressed, Jordan Robertson, since coming here on loan from Sheffield United. Sometimes, since he's got an old head on young shoulders, composed finishes like we saw at Tynecastle. But the inexperience showing there.
The other thing you have to wonder about is why O'Leary isn't sent off for the foul as the last man.
No Hunt with a chance to put the game to bed. Saved by Alan Combe. Well, questions will be raised as to whether Combe should still be on the pitch.
Well, he should not be in the park, and will certainly be a sour taste in the mouth if United don't go on to complete victory now.
No Hunt unsuccessful from the penalty spot times. at the end of the game here for United. A game they've dominated from start to finish. That's lofted. Dodds heads it away. Almost cushions it down. Kerr finds Dillon. Launch long. Kenneth wins it in there, and he was being edged out of it by Invincible. United happy to take the free kick. As we deep inside injury time now, Stuart. Who's your man of the match this afternoon?
Well, it's been made a little bit difficult by Jordan Robertson getting sent off, because I think up until that point he was absolutely excellent and would have picked up the award, but have to be a little bit critical for getting involved there with Coombe. He was provoked, but with him going off, I think they're going to give it to one of the three midfielders, all of whom have been excellent. We're going to give it to Prince today for an excellent shift in the middle of the park.
It was Prince Boabin who won that penalty late in the game for United. Will they rue the fact it didn't go in from the spot from Noel Hunt? Almost, as Invincible got a touch on that.
I think the referee spotted a foul there though by Invincible, just because the keeper has a ball in hand. He's waving play on.
40 seconds with the 3 minutes time added on remain. United will want to see it in that kind of area, inside the Killie half. Driven forward by Fraser Wright. Invincible straight offside again. Well,
absolutely no excuse for Invincible there. The ball's coming the full length of the park. There's no need for him to be pushing up beyond the centre half. You can imagine Jim Jeffries will be tearing his hair out there, but that just totally relieves the pressure on United.
Shamatulski takes the free kick. Finds Noel Hunt. He's got men coming forward in support now. Hunt, he slips it through. There's Prince Boabin. That seals it. United will continue this amazing home record. 7 straight home wins. 7 wins in 8 home games this season. Prince Boabin rounds it off. His second goal of the season. It's United 2, Killie 0.
Oh well, absolutely fantastic play there, especially from Noel Hunt. Didn't have support originally, looked up, just held on to the ball a couple of seconds longer, and once again Prince, that's maybe the 10th, 12th time he's made long busting runs into the box. Well timed run, cool finish, and United deservedly picking up a few points.
It's another clean sheet for United at Tannadice. It's another home win. They were set on the road early on. The long throw it was from Gary Kenneth. Flicked on at the near post. Noel Hunt afforded the time to turn and finish. Chances went begging for United. Jordan Robertson scooped over the bar after Boabin was denied by Coombe. Darren Dodds headed over the bar as it bounced. Unfortunately for the central defender. In the second half it got a bit tense for United with that single goal advantage. Invincible flashed a header wide. Boabin won a penalty which Noel Hunt missed. Before that, Jordan Robertson was sent off for head-to-head contact with Alan Coombe. Coombe saved the penalty, but United sealed the points in injury time. Noel Hunt picking out Prince Boabin in the middle. The Ghanaian applying the finishing touch. Another good afternoon for United at Tannadice. The final score, Dundee United 2, Kilmarnock 0. July 2007. It was just over 20 years since their last meeting with United, and Barcelona returned to Scottish soil, basing themselves at a training camp in St Andrews in preparation for a pre-season challenge match against Dundee United. Frank Rijkaard brought a full-strength squad, a galaxy of superstars arriving in Scotland for the match. Missing the likes of Carlos Puyol through injury, players having returned from the Copa America such as Rafael Marquez, Lionel Messi, and new signing Gabriel Milito also missed the trip. But there were plenty of stars for the public to see. The likes of Xavi, Iniesta, Silvinho, new signing Yaya Toure, world champion footballer Gianluca Zambrotta. Samuel Eto'o was there as well, along with one of the other new signings. Heavy publicity around £16 million signing Thierry Henry, who joined from Arsenal in the summer. Much of the clamour and attention was around two-time World Footballer of the Year Ronaldinho, though. Plenty of security around him as well. but the Scottish public getting a rare opportunity to get up close and personal with the real superstar of the game. United, of course, had that amazing record. 4 competitive meetings with the Catalan Giants in European competition. Victory secured on all 4 occasions. Home and away in the 1966 Fairs Cup, Barcelona were defeated by United, and that feat was repeated en route to the 1987 UEFA Cup final. Kevin Gallagher's goal giving them a first leg lead at Tannadice, and then what a night it was in the Nou Camp, coming from behind to defeat Barcelona 2-1. Simply watching players of the calibre of Ronaldinho and Thierry Henry was a footballing lesson in itself for those lucky enough to be there to see it. In the lead up to the game, Dundee United media caught up with both captains, both coaches, and also Scottish First Minister Alex Salmond about the upcoming friendly.
Yeah, it'll be good against Barcelona, good players in that, and good for the fans or what have you, but yeah, I'm excited about that, but the Aberdeen game's my main priority.
Are you planning to get anybody's shirt in particular after the Barcelona game?
No, it doesn't interest me. 3 points against Aberdeen does.
Somebody reminded me, I can't remember who it was a few minutes ago, that Dundee United were 4 matches up, 4 wins, unbeaten. 4 wins,
100% record.
100% record against Barcelona. Now, a way that Rijkaard was talking, I mean, he knows that, and so you better watch out. I think they're here to even up the score a bit.
Despite it being a pre-season match, do you see it being a tough task for your side to handle?
Yeah, I would expect so. I think Barcelona are a very strong team, and I'm sure that the majority of my players will know every player who plays for Barcelona, but I'd be very surprised if the players of Barcelona knew any of the players who played for my team. So it's a good opportunity for my players to on one occasion, hopefully in the future on more occasions, but on one occasion to play against some very, very good players.
And to Frank Rijkaard, what kind of game do you expect tomorrow night?
Yeah, of course they will be ahead of us. I think that's quite normal because they started earlier. Nevertheless, I hope and expect to see a nice game tomorrow. And it's a friendly game. I hope that the people will enjoy it and that it will be successful for both Dundee and Barca.
Do you have a message for the thousands of Dundee United fans who will be watching you tomorrow night and looking to see your skills?
Well, I just can thank them for treating me as they doing. I can feel the warmth since I first landed here, and I just hope that tomorrow we'll have a good match.
Frank, given the history between yourselves and Dundee United and the fact that you have never beaten them before, does that put more emphasis, despite the fact it's a friendly, on winning tomorrow night?
No, I think it's a wonderful detail because right now a lot of people are talking about that Barca has a very strong side, and it's correct, and that they have a lot of names in their team and in their squad, a lot of good players, well known all over the world. But surely it was more or less like that in all the occasions that Dundee played against Barca, and Dundee won all the 4 of the matches of them. So I think that's a wonderful thing, because that's the wonderful thing about football.
Some flattering words from Barcelona coach Frank Rijkaard. We'll forgive him the mistake of referring to the Tangerines as Dundee, an easy mistake to make, but quite insulting, I'm sure it would have been to the Catalans had the game been billed as Dundee United against Espanyol. Once word spread of how easy it was to get close to the Barcelona players, the tension was certainly lifted around St Andrews. Fans young and old turned up trying to get an autograph or a photograph of one of the world's superstars of football. Some players made it in relatively unscathed. Others tried the diversion technique of being on the phone, while Ronaldinho was mobbed as soon as he arrived back from training. great to see, even though he's a world superstar and Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in the world, time was allowed and made for fans to get autographs, get photos. Plenty of signatures from the Barcelona players, and that was appreciated hugely by the fans who'd gathered. A lasting keepsake secured. Many of the fans were just content to watch the superstars pass them by. They're heroes and favourites. They've seen them on TV so often. Here's a chance just to see them walk past, and for some who gathered at the iron gates around St Andrews, maybe a chance to get a glimpse of Barcelona in training. The publicity had been building all week, but we finally got to the Thursday night and the occasion of the game itself. The Tannadice dressing rooms all kitted out, waiting for the United players to arrive. And let's just look back at some of the action on what was a memorable evening for everyone who was there. Far from the one-sided encounter some had predicted when Barcelona's team lineup came out. United acquitted themselves brilliantly. Unfortunate to only go away with a 1-0 defeat. Craig Thompson's whistle twice harshly denying United. It was certainly a week and an evening that would live long in the memory for everyone associated with the club. Reminiscent of some of the great European evenings in the past, and let's hope that there's many of those still to come at Tannadice in the coming years.